Hey Google, play Maniac by Michael Sembello on all speakers. Say I am X'd out of calling myself a YouTuber because you know what you have to do as a YouTuber? You have to record yourself filming, and I just recorded a whole video getting ready, doing my makeup, chatting with you guys, and the camera wasn't filming for whatever reason, so that was a big X against my name. So I'm gonna do it again, but I'm kind of already ready. I'm like I'm semi done. I've missed you guys. I haven't filled you in a minute on what's been going on in my world. Let me tell you, this week has been pretty crazy for me because I just hit 1 year in Miami this week, which is kind of crazy. I never in a million billion years thought that I would be living in Miami. I never thought that I would have red hair. I never thought that I would have businesses that weren't associated with dentistry or have an online community like you guys. And this year has been the craziest of my life. I think I've had more breakthrough, more healing, more peace, but also like more sadness, loneliness than I've ever experienced. So it's been like an interesting juxtaposition of like the two. And I can really stand back now and be like, you know what? Like, one, God is so good. Two, we cannot predict our life. Like, we cannot. Like, you know how everyone's like, what's your 5-year goal? Yo, 6 years ago, I was living in Australia. I was doing dentistry. I was married. Had like just such a different life. Like, I was in a very, very small beach town. I lived 3 doors down from my parents, had a house, had a dog. Like, it was just so different. And now I'm in Miami. I just never could have predicted it. And I feel so blessed to be where I am, but also like just like so surprised that it's just so different than what I could have ever imagined or dreamt of. And I'm coming up this year, y'all, on my 30th birthday, which I feel like a lot of people panic when they turn 30, and I don't think I'm panicking. To be honest with you, I feel really like I've had a big shift. Like, if you asked me like a year ago, like, oh, you're turning 30, like, how do you feel about that? I think I would have panicked, because in my head I'm like, when you have these goals that you set for yourself, right? Like, I want to have a house, I want to have X amount of money, I want to be married, I want to have a kid, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes things don't work out the way we plan, and sometimes they'll actually work out better. And I feel like right now I'm not where maybe I thought I would be, but I feel really, really lucky to be where I am. And it's been like a big year of just like realizing that we can plan our future, but God will direct our steps. And when you like relinquish that control and you're like, all right, God, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know what's going on, so much peace comes with that, because you realize like the responsibility is not all on you. What I'm saying is that when you're in Miami, I moved here knowing 2 people. Let me tell you, I don't think I've ever been more scared to do anything in my life. Like, moving to Miami meant that I was going to be leaving everything that I knew, this life that I built for myself in New York, and this relationship, incredible community of friends that I built in New York, and coming to a place where I didn't know anybody, nothing was sure. Not only that, walking through this breakup has been so incredibly hard, and having a job that's very public facing, there's so much more depth that I want to be able to talk about. And I'm like, if I'm walking through something, I know, I see your messages that other people have walked through situations where they're like, you know what, like, I'm walking through a breakup, I'm walking through a period of anxiety, I'm walking through this season, and I don't think it's going to be okay. And I'm like, you know what, I was there. I think I struggled because like I wanted to share as I was walking through these things, but I just also was walking through them and being very prayerful and actually healing. And I don't think in my life that I've ever been more healthy mentally. I don't think I've ever experienced less anxiety. I don't think I've ever experienced more peace. And that's come from like taking a step back from social media, focusing on myself and getting my mind right and getting my heart right, getting around good people, getting around people who will speak into me, getting around community, getting involved in other people and investing and sowing into them and getting my mind off myself and my circumstances and shifting my attitude of one that was like really like, I was so anxious, you guys. When I moved here, I was so alone, I was so scared, and I think really like, all I can say is that people like, Rob, have you always been religious? And I'm like, my answer is like, I've been a Christian my whole life. But the reason that I'm taking it so serious is because it has literally changed my life. And it's like, if you're in a house and the house is on fire, right? Like the house is on fire. You're gonna run out of the house. And if you see other people, you're gonna be like, the house is on fire, get out, right? For me, the way that I feel about the peace that I feel in my life and the grace and the mercy and the change that I felt in my mind, I'm like, that only comes from like pursuing God and from just like the incredible work that he's done in my life. And it's like, I'm like, how do I articulate this to people? People are like, Rob, you're so happy, something's different about you. I'm like, yeah, this is what peace is. Like, this is like peace. And like in the midst of like a season of like overwhelming anxiety and like where things just don't make sense now, right? Like I'm experiencing this and I'm like, I want to talk about it because it's really changed my life and my mind, and that's basically where I'm at. So that's been a massive change. What else has been going on? I have been working on another company, and you guys know my background is obviously dentistry. So for me, you guys know that's like a huge passion for me. It's something that has really been something that I've loved my whole life. I was a dental nurse when I was 14. That was my first job. Technically, I worked at an Indian restaurant, but my first like professional job was with my dad. I was a dental assistant. When I graduated, he was my mentor in cosmetic dentistry. So always, my whole life, I loved dentistry. The reason that I love it is because you can affect someone's whole confidence with a smile, right? Like your mouth is the window to your health. People don't realize there are so many direct connections between your gums, your cardiovascular health. Like it's all connected. Our body is a system. The same way our mind and our levels of anxiety can affect our skin, like breakouts and our hair breaking. Like our body is a system. So really I was like, you know what, like Rob, like what's your goal for the future? Like one of my goals was to develop a product that would change people's lives. So I've been working on that project and that's been incredible. So that has been going on over there. And then I've got Lumia, and Lumia, so many of you guys have supported it. YouTube just bought units from me, Lumia, and then featured me as a female CEO. Like YouTube and Google did that. Like, dude, like that is God. Like that is God. Like that is so crazy. This little girl from like a small beach town in Australia is being featured as one of YouTube's female CEOs. Like that, like my mind is blown. I'm just so grateful, like the crazy opportunities that have come up with that. By the way, I want to give you guys a special discount code if you're watching this video. Hold on, let me get it for you. Also, by the way, I finally updated to the 15. It's been a nightmare. I'm not a tech girl. Like for someone who like does so much on tech, no. Summer, the code summer. So I'm gonna put it down below in the description if you want to shop it, check it out, join the fam. And also, if you're Miami based, we have a couple really cool campaigns coming up. They're gonna be paid campaigns. If you wanna be involved, I'm looking for some amazing people, creative people, visionaries to be involved in the campaign. So if that is you, let me know below. But yeah, my update is that a lot has changed in my life. I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be. And in so many ways, I'm so far past that. And in so many ways, like on paper, I'm so far behind that. What I'm telling you is throw the rule book away, live in today, things will start to shift. That is really where I've been at for the last couple of months. And that is why I've stepped back and haven't updated you guys and given you these diary updates, because a lot has changed. But anyway, that is my update. I love you guys. I am right now going to go pack. I'm going to a wedding this weekend for one of my beautiful friends, Vanessa. I'm just super excited to be a part of that wedding. So that is what I'm doing this weekend. Right now I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna go get ready. And I'm so glad I got to catch up with you guys. I love you and I will chat with you